Isn't that crazy? You said you've lived in this neighborhood for like a year, but you have no idea about any of your neighbors or any of this stuff. Well, welcome. We didn't do this a year ago, so it's good that you didn't start coming out because you wouldn't have found anything as cool as this. So you came at the right time. The lockdowns ended. I don't like asking what people do, like occupation wise. I want to know, Mike, what are you passionate about? What's your deal? What's I don't give a shit what you do for money. Just what's your real thing? What's the thing that lights Mike's fire?
Well, it is related to my career as
Good.
well. But
Good. All right.
yeah, I'm an engineer and I involved in composting and recycling and waste diversion. So that is
Wow. Give it up. He's changing the world involving compost and recycling and waste diversion. Was that so like diverting them out of the oceans and rivers or diverting it into the oceans and rivers?
hopefully out of the oceans, rivers, and out of the landfills. Yeah.
Preferably. And you're an engineer?
Yeah.
Nice. Where'd you go to school?
Waterloo.
Waterloo. Oh, guys, Holly, Mike is not just another pretty face. This man's got brains right here. Does that mean you got the big fat engineer ring?
The little skinny one, yeah.
Oh yeah, they only give you a little skinny one. I seen ones that they look like Super Bowl rings.
Oh.
Nice. How long ago did you graduate? Maybe they were smaller back in the day.
Yeah, well, a little while ago. Probably, you could probably be my son. Let's just put it that way.
You know what they say though, Mike? Size doesn't matter when it comes to engineering rings. It's not the size of the ring; it's the something, something, something. Is what they say. They say that. All right. So you're passionate about saving the earth, going green.
Yeah, doing that, and I love like we have a cottage up north, so it's a great combination, cottage condo.
Perfect. Where about up north?
North of Bancroft, Maynooth area, just south of Algonquin Park.
All right.
Yeah, so
Beautiful.
nice.
Do they have quaint little alleys up in Algonquin Park?
No, sir.
Nothing like that here. So you're in the right spot. Maybe you can just come on vacation here. You don't even need to go to your cottage anymore. You can just pitch a tent right here.
We'll just mix it up.
This is where I sleep every night. And Holly, what about you? How did you find us?
From Ernie and Sept.
Oh, you're Ernie's friend. Okay. All right.
I've seen him before at the corner.
You've seen Ernie, so do you know him personally or you're just okay, all right. Ernie's got a fangirl. Okay, great. So you saw that he was gonna play here and you're like, now's my chance. I'm gonna surprise Ernie Vicente in an alleyway here. How many times have you seen him at the corner? Pre-pandemic? Do you know him from corner pre-pandemic days?
Yeah, he was at the what's that place near the Jackass was at Dundas Square.
Imperial House.
Imperial, yeah.
Yes. All right.
Long time ago.
Okay. So we're figuring out that real life in-person marketing works with the signs out front and the pugs, and also Instagram works too. Good. What about you, Holly? What are you passionate about? You ever been to an alley before?
No,
Never. It's the first time in an alley.
first time.
All right. It's gonna be a hell of a night. What? Say that again. I think I.
Children, I'm a preschool teacher.
Ooh. Okay. Preschool. So what grade is that?
Like 4 and under.
They're 4. So these people are 3 and 4 years old.
3 and 4.
Wow. Okay. And what do you teach them?
Colors, numbers.
Colors. Okay. All right.
Stuff.
I could have used you in preschool. I'm colorblind, so I don't have a fucking clue about colors. Earlier today, I went for a lovely walk, and I was wearing these pants, and I was wearing a burgundy sweater. And in my head, I'm like, I am so matching. I'm wearing my brown pants and my brown sweater. I'm wearing green pants and a red burgundy sweater. I have no idea. See these wacky umbrellas here? Just gray. Just gray to me. And it's a sad thing to be. I don't even know how to explain. Anyone else colorblind? Am I the only one? Nobody else. I don't know how to explain it except this is the main way I explain it is when I look at colorblind tests, those dots, those big circles full of dots where you're supposed to see a number. I don't see a number, and for some reason, because of that, I can't be a fighter pilot. That's the deal. I can't see dots, right?
Yeah,
exactly,
that
BK.
sucks.
I
Yeah.
can't be a fight like. Otherwise, I would easily be a fighter pilot,
I
a
believe
jet.
it.
I'd be a jet pilot fighter right now, flying through the air. I wouldn't be in this alley. I would be shooting down our enemies in my stealth fighter, but I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between the sky and a fighter, or the good guys and the bad guys, or green lights and red lights. I don't know how I do it. I honestly don't know how I've gotten this far in life, to be honest with you. I'll tell you a little bit about me. I'm hosting tonight. Every Friday, Saturday night, we have 3 to 5. Tonight we have a couple bonus comics. We have 6 comedians, pros who have been to all the festivals, Just for Laughs, JFL 42. They've headlined comedy clubs across this country and others, and I get to host. So when you need anything up here, Mike Hawley, I'm the guy to talk to. I'll talk back to you. Some of the comedians, they might have planned things that they want to do, or they might just interact with you. So feel free to interact. When a couple ground rules: when you're inside, toss the masks on. When you need to use the bathroom, wink, wink, hint, hint. There's a bidet in that bathroom. We're classing it up. This is the classiest alley you've ever been. You can go tell your friends, Holly, be like, I went to an alley last night and used a bidet in an alley. Mind blowing. Yeah, it's very confusing. This is a confusing place. And Mike, if you're wondering, you don't happen to have a spare alley just lying around that you're not using, right? If you do, you now know an alley guy. As the proprietor of this alley, I can tell you the main thing that you need to turn a regular alley into a comedy alley is 8 wacky umbrellas. That's the main thing right here. If you need to know, these are 8 Dollarama wacky umbrellas. And if you are wondering what it's like to go to the Dollarama and have an armful of 8 wacky umbrellas and look straight-faced at a teenager and buy 8 umbrellas, it's weird. It was very weird. I'm a grown man. But this is how you got to do it. You got to turn an alley into a wacky comedy alley. So I grew up. I'm from a small town. I'm a small town boy, country boy. You guys know where Aurelia is? Little Aurelia, Ontario. So I didn't quite live in Aurelia. I lived outside of Aurelia in a place called Oro Medonte, which is near Price's Corners, which is near Horseshoe Valley, which is near Craighurst, which is near Jarrett, which is near Coldwater. All those. You're fucking nodding your head on all of those, and usually no one even knows where Aurelia is. I bet I know how you know where Aurelia. This is how a lot of people know it. If you've driven to Muskoka, you've driven through Aurelia, and you've seen Weber's, the famous. Yeah, there you go. Right? Yeah, you're a Weber's fan.
Yeah.
Big giant lineups. They got this burger place is so popular. They were like, they have all the northbound traffic on a Friday going up to Cottage Country, lines, like hour-long lines to buy these things. And then on the way back, it was a divided highway. So they built a fucking bridge across the highway just to snag southbound Sunday cottagers who wanted, because people were just parking on the side, running across 6 lanes of highway, getting run over by highway trucks just to get those tasty, tasty burgers. And like, finally, we don't need people to die. We're going to build a bridge and spend thousands of dollars to do this. So I'm from a small town. I just wanted to give you a picture of who I am growing up as a child. These are my first jobs. I mentioned occupations. You're an engineer. You're a school teacher. These are my first jobs. My first jobs was cutting grass, cutting hay, baling hay, picking strawberries, picking blueberries, picking gooseberries, picking raspberries, picking green beans. Basically what I'm telling, and I also picked corn. I sorted corn. I put corn in bags. I drove a corn truck around to the corn stands. I worked a corn stand selling corn and pies. What I'm telling you right now is, if anything you can imagine that has been sold at a farmer's market, I was once part of the child labor market to get that stuff to you. So you're welcome. You're welcome. They paid me $3. Yes, that's worth it. They paid me. I was paid $3 an hour as I think like a 9-year-old. Because when you grow up in the country, it's not child labor. It's just farmers helping farmers and the local friends helping farmers. And here's the biggest scam of all. So we would work there. We'd do our like 3-4 hour shifts. We'd show up early, like 7, 8 in the morning, work till about noon. But they had a snack shop. So on all of our breaks, they would give us like our $17 at the end of our day. And then before we went home, we would just go into the bake shop and buy cookies and tarts and pies and beef jerky and all this stuff. So I would work for 4 hours, get $17, spend 15 of it in the gift shop, and walk home with a bunch of pies and a toonie in my pocket. I don't know how that business worked. I mean, I do know how it works. It didn't work very well for me. I think I worked there for 4 years, and I think I saved $26. It was over 4 years. I collected $26, and I was able to buy more pies with that money. That's now you know a little bit about me. I also own not one, but 2 kazoos. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Holly, Mike, do you guys own any kazoos?
No,
Not a one. Not a one. And here I am, just like a king among kings, with 2 kazoos. I have an acoustic and an electric kazoo. Yeah. Yeah. And right now, Mike's thinking, Lars, is that a kazoo in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? The answer, Mike, is yes. Yes, that is a kazoo, and I'm happy to see you. There it is. This is the electric. This actually plugs in. Right now, it's an acoustic. But I want to get this show rolling here. We got to do a couple things. First, take care of some, what do they call it, housekeeping. So for those who are able, please rise for the singing of our national anthem.
all right.
Oh, Mike, I love the patriotism. Now, don't worry, Mike and Holly. I'm not going to sing the old, boring national anthem that nobody likes. And if you're wondering, if you're thinking to yourself right now, what, I like it. No, you don't like it, because you don't have it on a Spotify playlist. You've never been on a road trip with all your buddies where you're like, true north, strong and free. And you're just ripping "O Canada" on the radio. Nobody likes that song. It's an old song. So
That's
what
not
I,
true.
it's an old song. You like it?
Yeah.
When's the last time you sang it on your own volition, where you weren't at an event where someone forced you to stand and do it like I am right now?
I used to live in Sweden, so I sing it all the time.
You used to live in Sweden, so you sang the Canadian national
They
anthem?
wanted to hear it, so I gave them what they wanted.
Wow. So you were the ambassador to Sweden for a
Say
time.
that, yeah.
Okay, that I understand. You had a national obligation to do it, but it's still a little slow. It lags a little bit. So here's what I've done, Mike. I love that you guys are standing, by the way. You're so fucking patriotic. I have remixed it with a friend of mine. His name is Ozzy Osbourne, another famous comedian, and famous Canadian, not a comedian. Although him biting off the heads of pigeons and stuff is pretty hilarious, except if you're the pigeon. Anyways, I digress. I have focused our new national anthem on 2 things that I believe Canadians are really good at. That's drinking beer. Give it up for Easttown Brewery right now. I see you guys are doing it right. We have 2 people here, and you both got a 6-pack. I love you guys. You're doing great. And Mike, I'm holding one right here. You already win Audience Member of the Night, unless Holly can steal it from you. Mike, on the way in, gave me a beer, trying to bribe the host. Kudos to you. So I would like to make a toast here. So raise them up right now, and I'm going to introduce you to our new national anthem, which focuses on drinking beer and smoking weed, 2 things that Canadians do best. Goes a little something like this. Canadians gathered at their cottages. All right, Holly and Mike, you guys can help me with the. You guys ready for this? Okay, I'm going to back it up. Canadians gathered at their cottages, drinking beers in their garages. Come on, Holly, we need you. Getting fucked up with guys named Gary. You're nailing it, Mike. And if we get drunk, who cares? We got free health care. Oh, Canada. Get the horns up. These are moose horns. Oh, Canada. Second verse, Holly. It's a lot like the first. Canadians gathered at their cottages, smoking weed in their garages. Getting so high that it's a bit scary. Come to think of it, has anybody seen Gary? Seriously, guys, where's Gary? Make some noise if you've been to a party in Canada. A guy named Gary went missing for a little bit. Yeah, Holly, never? Not once? Not once? What about you went to a party in Sweden and a guy named Sven went missing for a little bit? Yeah, all right. And if you're not Gary or Sven, make a noise right now. If you're not making noise, that means you are Gary or Sven. I am no legislative genius, but I do believe all you need is 7 people in an alley to ratify that as our new national anthem. All in favor, say "Hey."
Hey!
Hey, all right, you may be seated, and now we can start this show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned, I don't know why I said ladies and gentlemen, lady and gentleman, single, you're in for a treat. You got a 3-to-1 comedy ratio right now coming at you. You're going to see 6 of the best, starting this guy. He's done it in this country. He's done it all over the States. and I've spent a lot of time on the road with this guy. You are going to love him. He's a bonus comic tonight, just popping in. Please give it up for Sam Norton. Sammy Norton. Sam Norton.
Thank you. Hey, I'm not that tall. Hey, Mike. Hey, what was your name again? Holly?
Holly.
Hey, two people. Tell me if these things are funny, huh? I don't want to go back into lockdown at all. That's been a thing that people have been grumbling about. I didn't like the last one. Were you guys like me? I didn't realize how much I missed people until everybody was like, you can't come out and play anymore. Because I always thought I was that person that's like, go fuck yourself. And then everybody did. And I was like, come back and fuck me. And I actually remember, so whenever we like got out of lockdown, we were able to go see everybody. I actually remember the exact moment when I was like, I went from like, oh, I want to be around people to where I went back to normal. I'm like, go fuck everyone. I hope they all die. I went back to it. And me and my wife, we went out on a date. We do it every month. We call it steak date. And when they told us that we could go out, we're like, we got to go to steak date. So we go out to a fancy restaurant and we get a nice, like we get the fanciest steak that we can. We went out to this fancy steak dinner, sat down, and we got a porterhouse for two. It was like garlic butter infused rosemary. It's beautiful, right? $60 we spent on this thing. That's right. All right. So we're sitting there. We order this thing. There was a couple next to us. After we got done ordering, we overheard that they ordered the exact same fucking thing. And both of us were like, oh my God, twinsies, we're out. We're seeing other people. You fucking got what we got. Like, we were just so weirdly cute about it. And then our steaks came out. And this is where I kind of lost it. Because before they even cut into their steak, the dude unloaded an entire bottle of ketchup onto that steak. And I was like, go fuck yourself, dude. I can't believe I'm around somebody who has a foot for a tongue, right? I was so pissed off. And my wife went up to me. She actually said out loud, she's like, why the fuck would you put ketchup on a $60 steak that's the exact same thing as wearing a condom with a high-price hooker? And I was like, what? That's more, that you went farther than I did. What meat are you getting without me? That's a whole new concern that I had. I can't believe we could just have steak whenever we want. I've been thinking a lot about that. Of like, I love living. I grew up in America, and I live here. I love living in this time, this era where you can just kind of eat whatever you want, whenever you want, as long as you got like a part-time job. It's fucking really cool. Like everybody's like, oh, obesity is such a problem. We need to watch our weight. And I'm like, what the? That's like our trophy as a species that we could just. You could just go to Saskatoon in January and eat like pineapple, crab, and chocolate pudding for $20. Like, yeah, fucking lose a foot to diabetes. That's your trophy. Fucking wear it like a gold medallion. Like, yeah, we fucking did it, buddy. 6 sugars in my coffee, because fucking why not? We made it. That's an amazing accomplishment. I had the fattest moment in my life over the pandemic. I went to the grocery store and I bought a cake for $5. Like an entire chocolate cake for $5. There was a bag of apples, $6. How the fuck is that possible? How did we make that? Is a modern miracle of human advancement that cake costs less than apples. It takes nothing to. Have you ever seen an apple tree? It's just there. You see the cake, anything? No. It takes a lot. Even a Twinkie. A Twinkie is 50 cents. What the fuck magic goes at? Like an apple is just seeds, sunlight, and water. But a Twinkie is science. Like a guy's got to get a degree, go into a fucking lab, put on a hairnet, start up a Bunsen burner. Then the unions get involved. What the fuck? How does that cost less than an apple? But we did it. It's an amazing. Anyway, so I have this cake, right? I have a whole cake, and I said, fuck it. And I had cake for breakfast. I had chocolate cake for breakfast. It was delicious. I'm an adult. It was the apocalypse. Who gives a shit, right? And then brunch rolls around, and I said, fuck it, I'm going to have more cake. So I did. I had more cake, and then lunch came, and then second lunch came, and then dinner came. I ate an entire cake for 1 day. That was all I didn't have water. I didn't have milk. I just had triple fudge chocolate cake. I ate an entire cake over the term of 24 hours. That's all I did. And I enjoyed it until the next day. I don't know if you know this, but if you only eat 3,000 grams of sugar in a day, your body makes hot molasses out of your ass. That's what happened. It was like an exorcism coming out of my butthole. I immediately regretted it. Here's the thing. I have a drinking problem. I am an alcoholic, I'm pretty sure. I've had some pretty wicked shits. Never just had a black goo come out. That was a terrible choice. Just like this joke. It's not even a joke. It's just like a shameful fucking thing I did over the pandemic. I don't know. It was great for the time. It was like sex a lot of time. You ever get like do some really gross sex and then you're done with it and you're like, why did I do that? I guess I'm into it now. That's the way I felt about this cake. I was like, oh, fuck you, dirty bitch. Yeah, I'm gonna have you again. And the next day, I'm like, this is why my dad doesn't love me. Cool. By the way, that's the level bar. That's the bar, guys. I just gotta fucking stand it out with the alley. Holly and Mike laughed in unison. The only way I can do better is if a raccoon shows up right now. That'd be fucking scary if I did that. All right, that's all I wanted to talk about tonight. I love you. I'm going to give the time back to the room. Bye! Give it up for Lars!
Sam, Norton, Mike, and Holly, just for you, the bonus comedian tonight. Yes, all right. Now, we're just going to keep it rolling here. We got one of the first booked comedians you're going to see tonight. Then we got another bonus later. Then we got 3 more booked comedians. You guys are going to get your money's worth. We should be charging $100 for these tickets, is what I'm telling you. But you are getting a deal tonight. Holly, you ready? Mike, you ready? This guy, no, you're not ready. Maybe chug one of those beers. Just slam one of them right now. This guy is an alley favorite here. He's been to Just for Laughs, and in a week and a half, he's going to go to Winnipeg. So you're seeing him here practicing for Winnipeg. So come on down. Give it up for Chris Locke, everybody. Chris Locke. Come on down. Chris Locke. Chris, this is Mike. Chris, this is Holly. Come on up.
Hi, guys. Nice to meet you. Thanks for letting me audition to be a sex slave at your house. I don't know. This feels great. I just got to say a few things, and then I'm going to go back to sleep in the dumpster out back. I'm a bald guy with a mustache. You know, people hate those types of guys. And but I'm a nice guy, you know, but sensitive. You know, I write poems and stuff. But people, when they see a bald guy with a mustache, they instantly go, oh, you're a pervert, eh? You want to hug my butt? You know, you're a dirty creep. You're a pervert. And that's not fair. You know, I'm a happily married man. I have 2 kids. So, yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe twice with my wife I was a pervert. You know what I mean? Yep. And that explains why when the doctor was holding my baby right after she was born, he was like, look what you did, you pervert. Huh? You had to go bother your wife and do all this. What do you guys think about the algorithm? Algorithm, man. It's out for us. How do they know everything? What the hell? The algorithm? They know everything about us, and they're always trying to... I don't know how to... Anyways, they got all our information, you know. Some anti-vaxxers are like, oh, if you don't get the vaccine because the microchip will go in your blood, and then Bill Gates knows everything about you. He's got you. He knows everything. And you know what? The Domino's Pizza app has all that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They know everything about you. Domino's is like, I see you. You want a Hawaiian Deluxe? You pervert? Thing is, this algorithm, they know everything about you, and they're always like, they're following everything. I don't know, like, the other day I tweeted, I was mad. I tweet something, I go, I'm mad, I could kill somebody, right? And then next thing you know, I get a sponsored ad from the cops that said, don't. I was like, how did they? Anyways. Here's another weird thing. What am I searching online? I don't even know what I'm looking at anymore. because I go on my Instagram account the other day, and the first sponsored ad that pops up is an ad for Pirates jewelry. What the hell was I looking at that they thought I wanted Pirates jewelry? Like booty? Was I shopping for parrots? I don't remember. But they're like, and they're trying to make it all masculine. Like, don't you want real men stuff like necklaces and rings with skulls on them and stuff? And I was like, yeah, actually, and then I bought all this pirate jewelry. And then I went into Lake Muskoka with my friends Craig and Andy. And then we rode around in a nice Starcraft boat. 458 horsepower. Woo, baby, that went fast, And I'm sitting there in my Tommy Bahama bathing suit. Give me another Ace Hill tall can, Craiger, And they go, hey, Chris, you look like you look great in all this pirate jewelry. Where'd you get this pirate jewelry? And I go, I put my thumb on my phone and then it came in the mail. And then I spilled ice cream on my stomach like a pirate. Oh, I love you guys so much. I'm going to kiss you on the lips. Oh, that's why you came. That's why the wife's not here, right? I'm going to go to the alley and meet some guys. And she's like, wait, what is it again? I'm just going to go watch some guys in the alley do some weird shit. Where's the fucking alley? Don't worry, it's got like Christmas lights and umbrellas everywhere. There was this hot chili sauce I really wanted to try, but I couldn't find it in any store in the city. And I think Amazon is the most evil, greedy corporation ever. And in my mind, I think I'm kind of like an anarchist. I don't fucking like shit, and I want to be free. But anyways, I couldn't find this hot chili sauce, so I bought it on Amazon for $14.99, and it got delivered in a box by Amazon drone. And the Amazon drone was teasing me when it showed up. It showed up and it was like, zzz, and I was like, oh, thanks. And it was like, zzz, it flies higher, so I couldn't get it. I was like, come on. And then it would come down like, zzz, and I'd be like, thanks. It'd be like, zzz, and I'm like, come on. Anyways, my eggs are getting cold. You know what I mean? But anyways, I really like this hot sauce, so now I follow it on Instagram. That's weird, right? What the fuck? Why am I sitting on the toilet looking at pictures of hot sauce on eggs? Liking the pictures like, oh yeah, like I like that. Leaving comments like, damn girl, don't tell nobody. Damn, I like that hot sauce on chicken. Scrolling through. I hope this hot sauce follows me back. I love you, hot sauce. They got robot delivery now in Toronto. Have you seen that? It's a little box with wheels that rolls down the sidewalk with hot Thai food for some guy named Ben. No, I don't know. Whoever orders it. But now all those guys that work for Foodora who stand on one electronic unicycle are like, get out of here, robot. You know what I mean? You're stealing my job. I'm the guy on the wheel. But the thing is Toronto's got this robot delivery guy named Jeffrey. It's a little robot named Jeffrey, and it's a box with wheels, and it rolls down the sidewalk, and it goes like beep beep, Jeffrey coming through, And I don't know if I'm a technophobe or what, but I know I'm gonna get killed by one of these delivery robots. Like I'll be walking down the sidewalk, and then behind me it'll be like beep beep, Jeffrey coming through, hot Thai food. But I'll be listening to my earbuds or whatever they're called, like, and then like Jeffrey will like try to get around me, like, like beep beep, I said, But I'll be like, and then Jeffrey the robot will be like, fuck this, and just ram into the back of my legs, and then I fall into the street, and then a car runs over my head, and blood and brains goes everywhere, and then everybody on the sidewalk just looks at Jeffrey like, oh no, Jeffrey fell over, and Jeffrey will be on the side with Thai food all over the sidewalk, and its wheels will be spinning vigorously still because it's on a mission to deliver, like Jeffrey must, you know what I mean? And then some guy a block away will come out in his robe and be like, damn it, I'm hungry, like so close. He's You broke my dinner. Anyways, I just don't want robots full of like poutine and burgers like driving near my daughters. I don't know what I'm getting at. There's something there. Beep beep. They have robot dogs now. The military makes these robot dogs that can do anything. They'll kill you anywhere. They're horrifying. They're these military dogs, you know, and they're better than real dogs because they don't get cold or fleas or won't try to have sex with you, I guess. But then they pass around these videos of the robot dogs dancing to like Uptown Funk. They're like, what do they want us to do when we see these weird videos? Like the robots are like Uptown Funk, gonna, you know what I mean? Like, do they want us to watch these videos and be like, go, 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 robot dog, nice? Like these things are designed to fucking kill us. Anyways, that's so. Like a few years from now in the future, these robot dogs are gonna track us down and kill us because we stole one fresh strawberry from a rich guy. And then they're gonna kill us. What are we gonna be like? Haha, yeah, Uptown Funk. Hey, robot dog. Am I the only technophobe in this freaking dark alley? All right. What do you do for a living? You design military robots?
No,
Yeah, right. I don't believe you. Are you chugging all 4 beers to yourself?
no, there's extras for you to take if you want one.
I'm just bringing. That's what you told your wife. I'm just bringing a bunch of beers to the alleyway. I'm just gonna give them to some guys.
Just being sociable.
Yeah, I like that. I'm just joking. That's really nice. I would have one, but I have to drive home so fast after this because I want to. Okay, last robot thing. They have sex robots now that are very human-like. They look exactly like real people, except, you know, their mouths are like this. But they're really cool. But the thing is I was like, this is nuts. I was reading an article about it. And the article wasn't like, oh, there's sex robots that are human-like now. Isn't the world weird? The article was about a couple of the customers complaining because the sex robots were too cold. Could you imagine if you had the gall to buy something like that? You bring it home, you have sex with it, and then you're like, you call the company right after, like, excuse me, this animatronic machine lady you sold me is freezing, you know? And then they're like, oh, customer's always right. We'll try to warm up those holes. If there were 3 more people here, it would sound glorious. But because that's a really good joke. I don't care what you guys think. No, you guys are good. You're just being polite. And you're also chugging tons of beers. You have a ton too. Did Lars just give you a 6-pack when you show up?
Yeah.
Do you want to go to a comedy show? Not really. I'll give you a 6-pack. Yeah, all right. It's nice. But imagine, okay, you're a guy, you buy this sex robot, you take it home, you're going to trust this weird, brand new animatronic machine with your most valued member? Like, let's say you take it home and you're like making love to it and you're like, I love you or whatever to the robot. But then it goes haywire and it malfunctions, sparks starts flying from its head, and then it's like harsh and it rips off your thing and now that's gone. Blood's everywhere. What are you going to do? Run outside and be like, help me, help. And then everyone's like, what happened? And you're like, nothing. You know what? You guys are laughing really good. There's 2 of you, but you're great. You're mighty. Are you guys having a good time?
Yeah. Sure.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a preschool teacher.
Preschool teacher? Hey, do you know my kid? I honestly don't know what their teachers look like because I just meet them with masks on.
Yeah.
Yeah? What neighborhood?
The annex.
Okay. High Park.
Okay.
Is it fun?
Yeah.
You like kids?
I love kids.
Cool. I have 2. I don't know where they are. We'll find them, but they're good. They pee and poo in the toilet now, so it's all good. You have to deal with kids preschool, right? So they're having accidents.
3 and 4 years old. So
Yeah. Oh, 3? That's not bad. Still some accidents.
yeah, so.
Do you have oh, shit. The dog doesn't want me to talk about this. And what do you do for a living again?
Engineer.
Engineer. Oh. Have you built anything I know?
No, mostly just composting, recycling facilities.
Oh. And how difficult is it to design a compost and recycling facility?
Yeah, pretty sophisticated.
Is it? And
Yeah.
so what is the most sophisticated aspect of that, would you say?
Well, so
Where does the compost bin go? Where does the recycling bin go?
No, just the treatment of the materials and processes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like compost, where does it go? I don't know anything.
Well, we take the green bin, we actually anaerobically digest it, create.
Did you say anaerobically?
Yeah.
Anaerobically.
Yeah.
So what does anaerobically mean? Because I'm going to use that forever now.
Without oxygen.
Yes. I would love to live anaerobically after this show. Okay, so you anaerobically get rid of stuff?
You
What?
anaerobically digest it. The microbes turn the food.
Can you guys hear this? Wait, can you hear it in the back?
Repeat it.
Yeah, the
Okay.
microbes take the food and the energy and create renewable natural gas that we can use as energy source. I don't think I want to share.
So, the compost?
And then the solid part of it ends up being compost that we put back in your gardens and into the flower gardens of my building that we just put in. Yeah.
You take the compost from the anaerobically digested
Food waste.
food waste,
Food waste. Microbes transferred into energy.
microbes transferred into energy,
And finished compost that
and then finished compost,
yeah
and then you
feeds the soil.
go around at night like Santa Claus putting it in people's gardens.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's great. That's a really. How long did you go to school?
4 years.
4 years? That's it to learn how to compost stuff? That's really great. I'm a school dropout, can you tell? I'm having a great time tonight. Are you taking a picture of me bombing with a genius? Talking to a genius? So are you the head? What's the garden you're talking about?
Well, that's just in the building that we just moved into.
Oh.
It turns out that all the gardens, the flower beds, are using our compost as the soil mixture.
But you didn't know that. You didn't
I
bring the compost to the building
Didn't
garden.
know. Didn't
The
know.
building is like, oh, we use your company.
Yeah,
What's your company called?
I work for Miller.
Miller.
Yeah.
Compost.
Yeah,
Okay. Did they also make beer?
yeah.
Really?
No, we're not the same company. But same
We're just getting to know each other now. It's not comedy anymore. It's okay. Sorry, I genuinely got interested in that, and I had no jokes. She's a preschool teacher, and you're a genius.
No.
Well, then I'm gonna go. Thanks for now. People know who they're dealing with. What does your wife do?
She takes care of me.
She takes care of you.
Yeah.
Does she anabolically
Yeah. Every now and then.
turn you
yeah,
into
yeah.
microbes in the bed? Yeah, very nice. All right. Listen, I joke around, but it's always a really, really fun time in the alleyway. And so thanks for having me, and have a good night, everybody. Thank you.
Woo!
Give it up for Chris Locke and Mike the Composter, the funniest comedy duo in town. Yes, all right. We got to keep this show a-rolling, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye, Chris. He's gone home to immediately figure out how to do things anaerobically, and he's piling all his garbage into a one pit, I think, trying to figure out how to be a genius like you. All right, we got another bonus comedian. He was doing another show. He's on his way to another show. And he runs a show called Renegade Comedy, a weekly show at Bovine Sex Club. Please give it up for Kyle Lucy. Come on down, Kyle Lucy.
Yeah, thanks, Mars. I'd like to get a slice of that guy, you know what I'm saying, everyone? Should I just do bad puns?
Yes.
I don't even have any. Who cares? Yo, keep that going for the Men in Black dog hanging out. This dog, bro. This dog's like secretly like, this is like an undercover boss situation, but the dog just grows like 10 feet tall or whatever. What type of business you running here, Laz? Get the fucking stupid pizza shit up. Greet the customers outside. Jesus Christ, I got COPD for Christ's sakes. I can't be yelling like this. Yo, I'm gonna do some relatable material off the bat, get you guys on my side, and then we could have a nice normal show after that. How the hell's that sound, y'all? All right, cool. You guys ever take off all of your clothes and run into the forest on all fours? And then charge at hunters screaming, pick on someone your own size? You guys ever accidentally get photos of you taken in National Geographic, completely erect, baring all of your teeth, eating a hunter to death? You guys ever look in the mirror and your reflection is Willem Dafoe dressed as Green Goblin? You guys ever go to fart, but then you actually give birth to an egg sackies of spiders and they all swarm your room and spin you round and round and you're like, that's no way to talk to your mother! You know what I'm saying? Actually, all jokes aside, I'm like really respected in the bug community. Not gonna lie about it. When I go home, I just sit down like this and all the cockroaches form a throne for me to sit on. It's pretty cool. All the cockroaches at my house have my head on them because I've been mating with the queen. And they turn to me like, what do you want us to do next, boss? I'm like, shut the hell up, man. Gotta fuck the queen right now. When I lie down on my side, millions of buggy babies suckle on my tits. I have 3 million tits on my chest, but they're not like covered. It's just one mound in the middle, like a fly's eye. Where am I losing you guys? You're not liking my buggy babies bits. Guys, I changed my Tinder bio to me completely shirtless like this, flexing all my muscles, and it says vaccinated and ready to inject. It's a completely straight face too. My eyes are crossed, vaccinated and ready to inject, baby. Actually, I do go to the gym, and everyone's just like, everyone at my gym's like, you gonna take the vaccine? I'm like, bro, I fucking lift, man. I'm not afraid of needles. You know what I'm saying? Look at my definition right now and ask me if I'm afraid of needles. I was at this bar one time, and there was this girl there who didn't speak any English, but she like smiled at me like this and like gestured for me to come over. And when I went to go hit on her, I was like, hey, what's going on? And she didn't speak any English at all. I guess she just like, I don't know, there was like a physical thing between us or whatever, not trying to brag about it or whatever. But like she didn't speak any English, and like I was like, can I get you a drink? And she's like, I like. And I was like, do you want vodka? She's like, I know like. Anyway, it got to the point I realized she only in English knew how to say like I like or I know like. And then anyway, she invites me up to her room. I go to her room and I'm like, I think we're gonna have sex. And then I pointed at my penis and did this. And she's like, I like. And then I took my pants off and showed my penis. And she's like, I know like. I'm like, okay, well. You ever get so rejected you clear your throat after? I was like, yeah, honestly, I think I gotta go. Yo, I didn't even vote, man. What the hell? I was like, who are you gonna vote for? I'm like, I never vote.
What?
Dude, because every election's like, who do you want? Do you want the pedophile or do you want the one that steals money? I'm like, Every election's like, what would you rather do? Drink poo or eat pee? I'm like, I'm okay. I don't want either. They're like, but you have to. I'm like, why do I have to? You have to drink the pee or eat the poo. I guess you could gargle diarrhea, PPC. I'm like, I'm out of here, man. I don't give a fuck about any one of them, bro. It's like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I went out on a date with a girl. I thought it'd be fun to take her bowling. So I took her bowling, and she was really good, and I was really bad, and now I don't think she likes me anymore. Like, literally, I went like this, gutter ball, and I turned around, and she was just talking to another guy. I was like, oh, fuck. All right, I'm fucking it up, boys. Ruining the date. I think when a girl sees you, like, just gutter ball nonstop, and just turn around like, she's like, this guy can't get hard. I'm pretty sure this guy doesn't know how to have a boner. You guys feel that?
Yeah, it's good.
I hate it. I hate myself, man. No, I'm kidding. That got too real. I fucking hate myself, man. You guys feel like the streets got a little rougher during lockdowns and like after lockdowns and stuff. I feel that. Here's my theory on it, man. 1 month in lockdown, all of us like civilians were inside, and homeless people were like, okay. And then like 4 months go by, and the homeless people were like, okay. And then like 2 years went by, and all the homeless people were like, we won, you know? They don't have the news. They didn't know what the hell's going on. They're just like, we finally won the sacred war. The land dwellers are back in their homes. And they're like, and then you're just walking on the street. They're like, get out of my mom's house. I'm like, bro, I'm just on Palmerston Avenue. What the fuck are you talking about? Don't touch that. Don't touch that. It's like, what the hell? I'm like, what is this? I had a guy grab me by the scruff of the neck and pin me against a wall. And he's like, yo, I'm a bad Monting. Like Scarborough shit. He's like, yo, I'm a bad Monting. But here's the thing, guys. I'm not a pushover. You know what I'm saying? This guy's like, yo, Wagwan, waste you. I'm a bad Monting. Like that. I was like, cool, buddy. I'm good at badminton too. You don't see me bragging about it. Now frig off! Guys, 9 of them swarmed me after that. I did not stand a chance. I don't know. Fucking, I feel like so many guys have like tried to fight me in the last like year. I feel like maybe it's just the area I lived in. I moved to Moss Park. I live in the tent in Moss Park. Maybe it's the area I just decided to change the scenery up, and honestly, there's a lot of stabbings in my new area. I don't know what the hell's happening. I had a guy try to fight me too who was on so many mushrooms. You know when your eyes get dilated on mushroom? He was on so many mushrooms, his eyes are all black. And like, he's like, you want a piece of this, bro? Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not fighting that guy. Because when you're that high on mushrooms, it's not just that this guy knows how to fight. He could have a weapon. When you're that high on mushrooms, you have the power of space and time behind you. This guy was saying like really creepy shit. He was just like, our souls have waited an eternity for this moment. I'm like, I'm not fucking with that guy. You know what I'm saying? This guy's like, I'm going to send you back to the shadow realm. I'm like, yo, bro, straight up, I'll buy you a beer. Let's just be friends right now. I thought he was going to like start floating and grow like 8 Doctor Strange arms or some shit. You know what I'm saying? All right. Oh my God, what the hell's happening, man? Thought I liked a girl, but now she's like, I'm still talking to my boyfriend. You don't care, right? I'm like, what? Dude, the people in the city are so cutthroat, bro. Are you with anyone?
Married, yeah.
Bro, fuck yeah. Are you with anyone? Yeah. See, this is what makes like a happy relationship. Not being with that person. Some space, bro.
Yeah, a little bit of space, yeah.
I'm too clingy. I think that's what it is. Anytime a girl's like, you're cute, I'm like, do you want a frozen pocket of sperm from me? They're like, what? Freeze it. Whenever you want, it's there. Hey, you guys ever think like, you ever see these videos or like pictures or whatever where like a girl will like go up to a guy on the subway and like, hey, I drew a picture of you. You ever see that shit? Where they're just, people are like sketching people on the subway. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
I think that's only something women can do. And here's why. Could you imagine a guy walking up to a girl like, hey, I've been watching you for 9 stops. Like, what? Doesn't it look uncanny? Like, yo, who is this guy? Also, here's an eyelash. You dropped it last year at a party. Like, get this guy out of here. This guy's fucked. I like that. If a guy ever did like, I drew you, I would pepper spray him in the face. I wouldn't be like, oh, that's so nice. I would be terrified. Imagine if he's like, hey, I drew you, and it wasn't me on the subway. It was me doing a thing last night when I thought I was alone. You know what I mean? On this, hey, right? Fuck that. What else is? Oh, I thought I broke the mic, man. I'm so fucking strong in this shit. I'm a personal trainer on the side. I was training this one guy where It's the first time I've ever trained him. I was like grabbing him by the elbows and lifting them up, type of thing. That's how you spot someone on bench. You know what I'm saying? You guys both nod your head. You're like, yeah, I'm a fucking juice monkey, kid. I think I know what the frig a bench is. You know what I'm saying? I'm spotting this guy on bench. I'm lifting his elbows up, and he's like this. He's like 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm like 5, 6, and on 6, this guy's like, psh, the Holocaust never happened. I was like 7, 8. Like I got him all the way to 10. Not even just the personal trainer in me did that, and then guys, I had to stop training him as a client because, ladies and gentlemen, you never want to make a racist strong. You know what I'm talking about? And not even to be a hero. I just don't want this guy like posting a shirtless selfie on Instagram, absolutely shredded. Like, well, time to kill the Jews. Thank you, Kyle Lucy, for granting me your strength. Just tags me. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? He's like, I taught your methods to all of my Aryan brothers. Just 40 jack white dudes. Like, dude, Kyle rocks. His methods are sound. I'm like, yo, fuck that.
Yeah.
Can you untag me, please, bro? Fuck that.
Good
A lot of
job.
racist shit started happening during the fucking. I don't know how you could even make a virus. I guess it happened in China or whatever, and then. But who cares? A lot of stuff happened here. Incest is like all in America. It's a pandemic or whatever. Those fucking Southerners. I don't know. I feel like, man, this damn COVID shit. What do you guys feel like about like the vaccine passports? I guess we're all vaccinated since we're here. That's cool.
Get her done, move on.
You know what I'm saying? I'm happy, dude. You know what I've been doing? How I start shows, because now like everybody scans a QR code to get in. So now when I'm talking to those audiences, I'm always like, now that all the poor people are gone, you know what I mean? It doesn't even make sense, but it's funny to call them poor. I like calling people poor. I'm poor, but when I call people poor, it makes me feel not poor. Does that make sense? You're fucking poor, and then like, aren't you poor? I'm like, yeah. So what? Why? You don't need to judge me. You just call me poor, dude. Honestly, I'm not liking your vibe. I want to. You guys know what gaslighting is? Never mind. I'll move on. One guy just nodded. Only planned a little bit of material, but I'm gonna do some better stuff, guys. Done all the new stuff. Let's do some better stuff and get the hell out of here. You guys are rad. Wouldn't it be cool if you guys all left right now and I just did the jokes to the dog?
No.
That'd be fucking crazy. Okay, so like during the pandemic, I started a YouTube channel or whatever. It's not that good, but it was something to do just while we were in lockdown or whatever. So this is weird. Like there was this guy named Richard Allen that kept making fun of me on my YouTube. Like he'd call me like gay every day. And then he'd also call me like, dude, you're homophobic. He's like, you're a fag. And then the next day he's like, bro, you're a homophobe. I was like, what? And then like he'd call me racist and transphobic, but then he'd also say shit like that he's like, dude, you're a bitch. Like I was like, what? He's like calling me a bully, but bullying me. I just didn't. Here's what's the worst thing about it. His name is Richard Allen. I went to university with Richard Allen. That was like a friend of mine who was just like trying to ruin my career and also bully me. So he kept calling me like a racist and shit like that. So I still have him on Facebook. That's what I didn't get. This guy's on YouTube calling me a racist. I still have him on Facebook. So I go to his Facebook. Every picture he has is with all white people. Like the first picture he has is just him on a golf cart, like playing golf. And then the next picture he has is like him on a picnic table smiling with like 40 other white smiles, like at a food place. And then the next picture he has is at him at Boots and Hearts with every white person on earth. Boots and Hearts is like the mecca of white. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, why is he calling me? So what I did, you guys know the movie Get Out, where he like goes into his head or whatever, and that black guy is just crying. I screenshotted that crying black guy and put it on every photo Richard Allen had of white people on his Facebook. So it was like 85 pictures of him with like all these white people, and the only comment was the black guy in Get Out crying. You know what I mean? And so he blocks me, obviously, on Facebook. I'm like, dude, this guy, you're the bitch, man.
Yeah.
You fucking were calling me a bitch, calling me racist and gay, and then I bring the fight to you, and you freaking block me in a second? And then anyway, he blocks me on Facebook, but then the guy on YouTube keeps calling me gay. Turns out it was a completely different Richard Allen. I got the wrong guy. So what I did was I called my old friend Richard Allen that I just called a white supremacist. He answers the phone. I'm like, but while I was on hold, I'm like, honestly, this is some Larry David shit. He's gonna find it funny or whatever. He answers the phone. I'm like, hey man, honestly, I got you mixed up with another guy. He's like, I work for a global company now. You just got me fired, and I have a family. Like, that's what he was saying. I'm like, bro, honestly, like, I could explain. He's like, why the fuck did you call me a racist and a white supremacist? I'm like, someone called me gay on YouTube, bro. I had to. He's like, what the fuck? I don't give a fuck about your YouTube. Are you fucking kidding me right now? I don't have a job, and we have a baby on the way. I'm like, honestly, let me make it up to you, bro. I'm doing a show at Laughing Vikings tonight. It'd be sick if you could come. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. I'm going to be out of here, but you guys got a hell of a show ahead of you, man. Get up for Lars, y'all. Take a slice out of this guy.
Kyle, Lucy, check out Renegade Comedy every week at Bovine Sex Club. All right, and for those wondering, this is a pizza hoodie. It is not delivery, it's Delarzio. See what I did there, Mike, Holly? You guys get it? Not delivery, Delarzio, Delisio. You guys understand it, right? You guys have seen that? One time I was wearing this hoodie and a guy was like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "It's a pizza hoodie." And he's like, "Oh, I thought it was scabs." I'm like, "What kind of psycho would I be that I'm like, yeah, can I get a custom-made hoodie with scabs all over it, please?" And then I'm like, fuck, did this guy just ruin pizza for me? Next time you get a slice of pizza, am I not going to be able to pizza because I'm going to be thinking I'm eating scabs? And guess what, Mike Holly? Scabs are fucking delicious. They are delicious. Put a little dipping sauce on that. All right, we got to do something here. Here. This is, I just want to point out that this is what I'm about to do here with this microphone. This is actually non-COVID related. This is to make sure that no more comedians catch Kyle-19. No one wants to get Kyle. No one wants to get Kyle, the Kyle virus. There are many. He's immune to it all. He's beat them all. But all right, that is good and wiped off right there. Now, your next comedian. You guys ready for this? You guys ready? Mike Holly, yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
You guys got to have the energy of 20 people in here. Last week we were sold out 20 people. This is her first time here in the alley, so you guys got to make sure to give it to her. She's toured across the country. She has performed at the Toronto She Dot Festival, and she was also part of Sirius XM Top Comic. Please give it up for Luba Magnus. Luba Magnus. Luba Magnus.
We're a moist microphone now. This is slick. Hi. Howard, it's been a joy to watch the two of you from the outside looking in this whole time. Are you having fun?
Yeah.
Hey, that's great. We're gonna have a real hoot and a half. I'm also a big shift in tone from your last act. I'm sorry. I like that this feels. I've always wanted to do stand up in my own Animal Crossing island, and that's exactly what this feels like. I also like watching the passage of time by watching the stars. So this is really just magic that we're experiencing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Okay. I'll introduce myself since I now know so much about you. This is my haircut. That's the first thing you need to know about me. This is it. I walked right into the hairdresser and I said, "Give me the Conan O'Brien." And also a haircut. Okay. All right. This is how it's gonna go. Also, Luba is my real name, and I know what you're thinking. That sounds wet. But I once went on a date, and the guy was like, "That Luba, that sounds like a kind of sex jelly." And I said, "Well, a few more lines like that, we're gonna need some. We're gonna call for some backup here." Okay, all right. What a woo. Okay, we're just gonna, from the back, you can't see this nice carpet. and it's nice. Okay. We're just gonna have a mental breakdown. We're just gonna be manic, depressive, and okay. Did you guys talk about? I don't think you asked if you got up to any hobbies while you were, we were all surviving. What did you get up to survive, sir?
Not a lot, really. Just family stuff.
Family stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds nice. You didn't like bake bread.
No.
Everyone.
My wife did the sourdough thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. It sounds lovely, but everyone did it. All of a sudden, everyone was baking bread. I'm like, when in the before times when we were like, oh, if everything goes to shit, well, I'm gonna make bread. That was never on anyone's to-do list. What I did was I wanted to get really good at winking. Because I'm bad at winking. Here's where I am. A whole pandemic. Here's where I'm at. That's pretty good. But I can't do it without like the sound effects. So maybe we'll get a fourth wave, and then I can learn to wink on mute. That would be pretty fun. Right now it's weird when I give the wink in the gun. It's just the gun. Like, okay, we don't like that. That's creepy. I also got really into mushrooms. Right. Not the drug. Just looking at them. I'm trying to figure out who's who. I think it's kind of fun. I microdose on the thrill of finding a chicken of the woods. That's a kind of mushroom. But I was like learning a lot about mycology and fun stuff like that. And then I found a mushroom in one of my houseplants, and I hated that. I didn't like that at all. Get that little space invader out of my house, please. I don't need to pay any more rent for that. And then it was in a houseplant in my bedroom, and I was going to bed. I was like, I'll deal with this tomorrow. And I turned out the light, and the mushroom glows in the dark.
Whoa.
Right? I had a bioluminescent mushroom in my house. I swear to God, I've never done shrooms. I was not tripping. But there it was. I know, I'm too old for that. I'm too old to have glow in the dark shit in my bedroom. I haven't had that since I had like the Starry Night stickers on my ceiling, last year. And I've grown past it, is what I'm trying to say. Let's see. Mushrooms, winking, thinking, lots of thinking about life's big questions, like about how if belly buttons were on the top of our heads, we'd all look like freshly picked fruit. Yeah. They're called navel oranges for a reason. All right, okay. I was also very seriously thinking about how ginger spice is the only Spice Girl who is an actual spice. Right. And it's like, is she the only one who got it wrong? Or is she the only one who got it right? Personally, I think the only one who got it wrong was Baby Spice. Because all the other girls are like, they kind of describe themselves a little bit, I guess. And they're like, well, what do you want to be called? And she just shows up and she's like, well, I'm a baby. It's like, okay, we're trying to do this thing for like feminism. Want to try again? She's like, okay, then I'm a sexy baby. It's like, okay, all right, we got body positivity. We'll do it. We found it. You're a sexy baby now. We've also been through, I guess, a time of a lot of calls for social justice and change, a lot of calls to defund the police. A lot of people think that money could be better spent towards people in communities who need it. Other people are police. And people will be like, well, how in the world are you going to take any money from $1 billion? How are you going to take money from them? And I'll tell you exactly how. I'll tell you exactly how to defund the police right here, right now, in a way that not even Sergeant Up Top can argue. They'll probably still argue. But here's how. Here's a story. I was driving down the highway, and I was passed by this police car, a really weird-looking police car, like a truck with a hat on top, like a car barn. Anyways, I was passed by this weird-looking police car, and on the side of the car, it said, Marine Police. I'll repeat this again. I was passed by a car that said, Marine Police. Officer, do you know where you are? This is the 401. You can't be clipping 120 knots down the highway. Also, I don't know if you've heard of this thing called the Coast Guard. They're the Marine Police. That's what they are. Who's even in there? A couple undercover dolphins pulling people over like something smells fishy in here. There's no siren. It's just like a whale noise going. No, sir. You don't get to hop up your boat, start governing dry land with maritime law. Fuck the Marine Police is what I'm trying to say. We've all heard it.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Did you hear him? He said cheers to that. And that's nice. That's a nice reaction to a joke. I do like whales. That's the transition. I love whales. They're my favorite animal, except for killer whales. They play with their food before they eat it. I hope climate change takes them. But I love whales. I think they're majestic and beautiful. But my favorite thing about whales is how they sometimes die. Hear me out on this. Because sometimes if a whale dies on the beach, very sad, very, very, very sad. We love whales. But if a whale dies on the beach, what happens is that the bacteria in the whale keep eating, and they fart while they do it because they're microbionisms. I don't know if that's a word, but they keep eating and farting, and then the whale blows up until it explodes. Have you heard of this phenomenon? How a beach whale can literally get so gassy that it blows up? They've recorded pieces of blown up whale nearly a kilometer away from where the whale is. And what my favorite thing about that is I think that's kind of how I want to go. You know? It's like, here lies Luba, and there lies Luba, and there lies Luba. And you know, she went out with a bang and she died how she lived. Full of gas. It's a weird joke. Okay. It's embarrassing for me, mostly. You know what? We'll kind of wrap things up on. How are we doing? What do we? I have time. Well, let's have a riot. A gosh dang riot. Okay. How about this? I'm a dating gal. I am. I try to stay positive about dating, and then every now and then you go on a date and you learn something about yourself. Here's an example. I was on a date with this guy a little while ago. It was an online thing. He looked like he was going to be my type. Not that my type was hipsters. Turns out that my type is poor guys. Right? Same but different. Right? I just think it's sexy when a man has a beard because razors are expensive. That's the real deal. But quick question, poll for the audience based on this haircut. When I said, turns out my type is, who thought the answer was going to be women? I get it. I have a vibe. I once did a Google search for to help me coordinate one of my outfits, and the first image result it gave me was Velma from Scooby-Doo. I get the vibe. I understand. I get it. I'm very flattered when people assume that I'm a member of the queer community. It would feel very nice to belong to something. But I also think it's kind of funny the reasons why they think that, because it's pretty much boils down to, well, she has short hair, she's very eccentric, and overall seems to be pretty comfortable with how she appears and how she carries herself. So there's no way she dates men. Right? No way. Her self-worth would be much different. And it is. But, you know, maybe things are looking up. I was asked to be part of a threesome for the first time. That's exciting. It's by a stranger on the internet, someone that I don't know. None of my friends are asking me to be the third in their sex parties, and I think it's because they know that as a woman over 30, I'm very skeptical about being trapped in a pyramid scheme. There's a very fine line between Tupperware and put-that-ware. Never been in a threesome. Where does it all go? I know where it goes. Don't tell me. Speaking of going, I'm going to do the same. But this has been a real hoot and a half, and I appreciate you guys for being here. And you're going to enjoy the rest of your shows so much. So thank you for being here, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Luba Magnus. Luba. That might be my favorite comedy name to say. Luba. Not to be confused with Luna, the pug. Yes. All right. How you doing, Mikey?
I'm good. I got two beers here though for whoever wants them.
Ooh, I see. You're trying to bribe the host to win audience of the show. Is that right? All right. We're in for another treat. You ready for this, or should I kill some time while half of our audience comes out of the bathroom here? Maybe I'll kill a little time.
Do a little break then, or
I don't know if we do breaks. We don't really do breaks here. We just plow through it. Do you need a break, or do you also need to use the bidet?
I could.
You could?
Is there one bidet for?
There's only one bidet, yes,
wait.
and it is a single-use bidet, not the buffet. It's not one of those dual bidets. My Mike, let's talk more about you then. Since
Can I add in there on Lubas?
yes,
Luba.
sure, that's allowed. Yeah,
And
audience members in an alley are allowed to add to the comedian's jokes, of course.
Well, I'm just saying that whale blowing up, that was anaerobic digestion.
That's anaerobic digestion.
Get
Chris
out of
Locke would
town.
love
That's
that.
what it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, now if Mike travels with you everywhere you go, you get the science explanation
That's
behind
right.
that
I
joke
love it.
too.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Mike, where did you? You're from Toronto. You just moved here. Where are you from originally?
Born and raised in Toronto, Scarborough.
Born and raised in Scarborough. You got another one here. How far? How deep into
No, just like Birch Mountain, Lawrence area.
Birch Mountain, Lawrence? That's not too deep.
I'm born in Ellesmere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was born and raised right near there. Went to Wexford High School. The
So
kids.
did
Oh, did you?
How about
Hey.
My parents went to Wexford as well.
Very
high
cool.
school sweethearts.
New alley game. I'm just gonna sit back and not say much and let the two Scarborough boys talk it out for 5-10 minutes.
Okay, what's
here.
your folks' name then?
Rob and Linda Knox. It was Linda
Rob Knox.
Hudson.
Rob Knox.
No
You know
way. You
I
know
think-
Robbie Knox?
Well, yeah, I think my sisters. Well, I got 7 sisters, so yeah, you talk to Rob Knox and ask him if he knows the Kopanskis.
Kopanskis.
Kopansky, yeah.
The Kopanskis. See, we are making connections
Yeah.
here in the alley. New friends, old friends. I should take care of something. This is for our streamers at home and for you, Mike. We got to pay the bills here, so we got a sponsor on the show. And one of our sponsors is the lovely gentleman. His name is Rickshaw from Rickshaw's Rickshaws. Have you bought a rickshaw from Rickshaw's Rickshaws yet?
No, I haven't yet.
Are you in the market?
Maybe.
So here's the deal. Rickshaw has paid me to do the live commercials for his rickshaw business. So it goes a little something like this. Hi, I'm Rickshaw, Rickshaw's Rickshaws. Not to be confused with Dick Shaw, Dick Shaw's the circumcision guy. Next time you need a rickshaw, come on down to Rickshaw's Rickshaws and buy a rickshaw from Rickshaw. Because Rickshaw's Rickshaws roll smooth, just like Rickshaw. Come down to Rickshaw's Rickshaws and buy a rickshaw. Come down to Rickshaw's Rickshaws and rent a rickshaw. Come down to Rickshaw's Rickshaws when you need a rickshaw. Rickshaw's Rickshaws, 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 Rickshaws. I'm Rickshaw, the rickshaw guy. Thank you, thank you. Thank you in the back. We're moving some rickshaws. That is how you move some rickshaws. And again, please do not confuse Rickshaw with Dick Shaw. They are brothers. Unfortunate naming. They have a business kitty corner from each other. They have the Rickshaw place and the Dick Shaw place, but they are mortal enemies. They do not like them. You didn't even hear the rest of that, but you're like, you came out here immediately on board with Dick Shaws and Rickshaws. I appreciate you. Please never, never, ever confuse Dick Shaw and Rickshaw. All right, Holly, you're back. You're all dry. You're not soaking wet. There was no bidet disasters in there. By the way, I would also like to try and sell some bidets, and I'll try that right now. I believe what I have created is the Sleep Country Canada of bidet jingles here. You know Sleep Country Canada.
Yeah.
Sleep Country Canada.
Why buy a
Mattress
mattress?
for anyone.
There you go, that genius Christine McGee. Fun fact, she never had a business plan. She had a warehouse full of mattresses and a hell of a jingle. And I think I can copy that success right now. This is my jingle that I think is going to move some bidets. Because here's the thing about bidets. I have one here in Comedy Alley next to the red carpet in the bathroom. You can take a red carpet poop in there and then you can use a bidet. Classy alley stuff. But I don't see them ever for sale. There's no Bidets R Us. There's no Bidet Depot. Never seen an ad on TV or heard a radio ad. Never been flipping through a magazine or newspaper and seen a bidet ad. So I think there's a market there. So I want to open up a business called Bob's Bidets. And this is the jingle that I believe, maybe if you want to hop on the ground level, you can be a franchisee, Holly. Maybe Mike too. We don't have a location in Scarborough. Here's the jingle for Bob's Bidets. It goes something like this. It goes not something like this. It goes exactly like this. And this, I believe, is the best jingle ever created for bidets. Come on down to Bob's Bidets, because with the bidet, you're always rim job ready. Bob's Bidets. Tell me that's not the best bidet
Oh, that's
jingle.
pretty good. That's
Yeah. And if you don't think it is, you need to go home and Google the word rim job and you'll figure it out. You can send me a DM later, guys. All right, you ready for your next comic, Holly Mike?
Yeah.
We're just for you right here. She's toured all across the world doing this, including the Boston Comedy Festival and the Palm Springs Comedy Festival. And she's here in a fucking alley for you tonight. Please give it up for Angelica Scanura, everyone. Angelica. White Sea Doodle. Keep it going. Angelica Scanura.
Hi, Mike and Holly.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome.
I was watching you guys on the Facebook Live on the way here, doing a little reconnaissance. That's how I know all about you. I'm good. Wow. Yeah, I like that toilet, I gotta say. That toilet in the bathroom, I'm like, I'm just gonna use toilet paper. I'm not gonna try it. And then I did it once, and now I'm like going to the bathroom every 5 seconds here. So. And I'm like inclining my pelvis to get all the areas. That's too much information. That's what I've been doing in your bathroom, Lars. I'm not warming up back there. Your dog's like, oh God, this woman is scary. I am a little scary. I'm dressed all in black. I look like a witch. Well, I am practicing witchcraft these days, so I might as well just really dress the part. You're looking at me like, oh, you just started practicing witchcraft? Like, I know. I look like the girl that crawls out of the well in The Ring. I'm well aware. I look like one of Charles Manson's girlfriends. Little scary, still kind of hot. I look like Cher now. I have been practicing witchcraft. A couple of my favorite spells I've been doing lately. Do you know that if you take a bay leaf and you write a wish on it and then you burn the bay leaf, you feel like you've done something productive? It's a good one. Did you know that if you take a handful of cinnamon and you blow it in the face of an enemy, you send them into an uncontrollable sneezing fit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love witchcraft. Gotta say, it feels a little weird casting spells with ingredients that I got at Costco, but I guess I'm the Wicked Witch of Kirkland now. I like being alive in 2021 because 400 years ago, if I told you I was practicing witchcraft, you could have burned me at the stake. Now you kind of just get to avoid me after the show. It's the girl using Lars's toilet and casting spells. Gosh, patio season's almost over, huh? A little sad. Fall is in the air, scaring everybody away. Took my grandma out for one last hurrah the other day to a patio. She was so excited. She was like hitting on the waiter. She's like, I'm so happy to be out with my granddaughter, Angelica. You should see her when she's wearing makeup. I'm like, oh, really, Grandma? Okay, yeah, you should see her try to open a jar. I want to play that game. She's going through a rough time lately, though. Like, my grandpa's been going downhill fast, and they're always together, just trapped inside. Like, you know, he started recently eating mayonnaise out of a jar with a spoon and calling it his savory pudding. Yeah. You know what? He's never looked better, actually. He's got really rosy cheeks, a lot of meat on his bones. I'm like, all right, keep up with the savory pudding, Grandpa. My grandparents are great, though. They used to drive me to Irish dance classes 4 nights a week. Yep. I don't mean to brag or anything, but I'm really good at Irish dancing. And I have nowhere to do it. Don't know if you know this, but Irish dancing is not a bankable skill in today's modern marketplace. Since I have nowhere to do it, but I've got a beautiful stage, I'm going to do it for you right now.
All right.
A little bit of Irish dancing. Okay, cool. I'm a little rusty, though, so I'm just going to show you the upper body.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Wow, perfect. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike from Scarborough. I'm perfect. I was a champion. You know. Irish dancing is not the only kind of dancing I took up during the pandemic. I took up pole dancing as well. Yeah, I got myself a pole off of Amazon, started taking Zoom classes. I wanted to feel sexy in isolation. Word of advice, don't take pole dance classes if you're trying to feel sexy. That was a huge surprise to me. Pole dancing's hard. I got bruises all over my body. My inner thighs look like a water-damaged ceiling. And I got calluses all over my hands. My boyfriend says every time I touch his dick, it feels like he's getting jerked off by a construction worker.
How would he know?
Right? I used to end that joke with again, and I
Oh,
did it
yeah.
tonight. But thank you. You've reminded me that I should just keep that last part in. I like you're helping people out tonight, Mike. You're helping people out. Do you know what Twitch is?
No.
Twitch, it's like it's a weird like online platform where you can like live stream, and people like can give you money based upon what you're doing. Like there's girls
Okay.
eating spaghetti in bathtubs. It's really weird.
Right.
My boyfriend makes a living streaming video games with his buddy on Twitch.
Wow.
And for every 10 subscribers, one of them has to eat a raw egg. Fucking stupid, right?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking stupid. But they make money, and I've had to change my attitude. Now I'm like, honey, if you don't finish off that entire carton of eggs tonight, I'm leaving you. Don't log off until you got salmonella, okay? It's weird. I never thought I'd date a guy that streams video games on Twitch and makes money through donations received by a man named Osama bin Laden. Very strange life. My boyfriend's great. Here's a new joke. It doesn't have an ending, and you're going to see that. We were talking about marriage recently and the ring. The ring? I never thought I was going to be a bridezilla until the topic of my engagement ring came up. I'm like, my ring? What are you doing about my ring? I'm like, jeez. Like, what? He's like, oh, you're getting a family heirloom. I'm like, oh, a little cheap, but okay. Those can be good, right? You got a rich grandma or something. She's got a big ruby or something. I'm in, right? I'm listening. He's like, yeah, the ring's been in my family for generations. I'm like, okay. He's like, it was my grandfather's ring. Like, your grandfather? Well, I hope your grandfather was Liberace. Because I want a big rock. He's like, don't date an artist. Okay, that was my mistake. We kind of ended the conversation there, and then later that night we sat down to watch a movie. He's like, what do you want to watch? And I'm like, I don't know, you pick tonight, sweetheart. He picked Blood Diamond to teach me a lesson, I guess. He's like, see, Leonardo, oh, Blood Diamond, you know? I'm like, all right, I guess if I accept this ring from you, I will be ethical. I'm the most ethical meat eater around. See, I told you that didn't have an ending. Here's another one that doesn't have an ending. The Toronto rental market. Gosh, the Toronto rental market. I mean, do you own a house, sir?
Yeah.
Oh, God, where? I'm not going to go.
Here and there.
Here and there? Get him! Oh, man, that's great. Good for you. Good for you. Do you own a house? Do you own anything? Condo?
In Europe, I do.
Oh my God. What the hell kind of audience is this? Usually I get like I ask that question and people are like, no. And I'm like, yeah, we're all fucking losers. Woo! You know, you made it very hard for me. Now I feel like the loser. But yeah, this rental market is insane. I mean, I tried to move at the height of the pandemic, not because I wanted to. I just really wanted to capitalize on somebody else's financial misfortune. I really thought I was going to find a unit that screamed, I lost my project management job and I had to move back in with my parents in Cornwall. Alas, no such luck, you know. But I was looking through viewit.ca and I found a listing, and it was a 2-bedroom apartment, Young and Bloor, $1,200. What? Huh? I'm like, I got to go see this place. So I went to go see it. Place had no kitchen. No kitchen, and one of the bedrooms was the bathroom. And it was a giant shower room. Like, you go in, and it's a bigger than the bedroom, but it's the shower, and it's got a toilet in the middle. And it's got, I counted 9 faucets, no oven in this place. I'm like, this is wild. Like, this is like a bathroom house. I'm like, this was a bathhouse. The guy showing it to me was like, yes, this is a refurbished bathhouse. We left the mirrors on the ceiling. I'm like, okay, wow, a lot of love in this place. I could feel it. There was a lot of love. I actually really liked it, right? I went home and I'm like, I found our dream home to my boyfriend, and he's like, it doesn't sound practical. And I'm like, you're ruining my fantasy of getting power washed in all those hard to reach places and never having to cook again. Okay, I'll do one more. Have you been anywhere yet since the reopening? Have you flown anywhere yet, Miss European House? Or
Just to Montreal.
just to Montreal? Have you flown anywhere?
No, but my daughter's coming from Wyoming next week.
Whoa, nice. Let's hope she doesn't bring that crazy guy with her that
Yeah.
murdered that girl. I think he's dead too, honestly. All right, well, that was fun. That was a fun little. This is my crowd work, everybody. I'm like, how about that guy that killed that sweet young girl? Anyways, I think he's in Toronto. No, he's not in Toronto. All right, I'm going to move. Oh, my God. Well, I hope you have a nice time with her.
Yeah, we will.
You're American?
No.
She's American? She lives in America?
No, she's just down there working.
Oh, okay, cool. I was going to ask if you had any green card connections. I'm kind of working on mine myself. I really like America. I like Cracker Barrel. Do you like Cracker Barrel? You know Cracker Barrel?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know you're in America when you go into a Cracker Barrel because even the vegetables are covered in candy. I really want to travel again. The last place I went to was Miami, January 2020. I went to Miami, and let me tell you, I almost wasn't thick enough to get in. Thick, right? That's bodacious, right? You got to have a body like a molar to get into Miami. You ever see those dental office awnings? They got the big fat tooth, and I'm like, damn, that tooth's thick, right? Got the big molar bumps and the little legs sticking out. Kim Kardashian has a body like a molar, you know? Trying to make body like a molar a thing. I'm gonna get some t-shirts made anyways. Thankfully in Miami though, you can get padded underwear on like every corner. So you can pop one of those bad boys on, go out, hit the town, you don't feel left out anymore, right? I went and bought one of these fake asses so I could go out and have fun, right? And I was just looking. I was flipping through the racks at a store, squeezing them. They're like a wonder bra for your ass, right? And the sales girl comes up to me and she's like, "Hey, mommy, do you want a fake booty?" And I was like, "Yes. However, I do have some questions. Like, it's made out of sponge. What happens if I go out into the world and absorb something? You know, what if I put this on? I go out and some guy sees me from the back and he's like, I'm going to talk to her because she's got this luscious ass. And then we hit it off one night, you know, and we keep going out. I'm going to eventually have to take my pants off. He's going to see that I don't have this ass and all that's going to be left is my personality. Isn't he going to wonder what the hell happened? Isn't he going to have some questions? Isn't he going to notice? And she was like, shh, mommy, he'll notice. He'll still fuck you though. So I bought it. You guys have been amazing. Such an amazing crowd. You're going to love your headliner, one of my great friends. But let's bring Lars back up here. I'm Angelica Skinner. Have a good night.
Angelica Skinura. It's okay. There's also this one up here. There you go. Keep it going for Angelica. Yes. All right. Well, now, lady and gentlemen, this is the moment both of you have been waiting for, especially if your name is Holly and you came to the alley specifically tonight to see Ernie Vicente because you saw his post on Instagram. Wait, oh, what's that? Sorry, we don't have enough time for Ernie? What? Oh, okay, we're going to allow it. Ladies and gentlemen, your final act of the night, he's done this all over. He's a regular at the Corner Comedy Club. He's performed at JFL 42, and he's here in the alley for you tonight. You've also heard him on CBC Laugh Out Loud, and you're standing right next to him. He's right there. Give it up for Ernie Vicente, everyone. Ernie Vicente. Yeah. What's up? Hello, Holly. Mike.
Hello.
How are you guys?
Awesome.
Your first time here, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Holly, for coming.
I was like, hey, you better get tickets before it sells out. She didn't buy tickets. She just walked out. I put a post up on Instagram. 100 likes, Mike. 100 likes. I said, I'm going to be here laughing Vikings. 100 likes. One person came. So likes don't mean shit, Mike. You have Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah? That's good. And where's your wife? She's at home?
She's sleeping probably.
Oh, how long have you been married?
34 years.
That's the future right there.
Yeah.
I want to be married for 34 years. And I'm like, where is she? I don't know. Just watching TV or some shit. I like it. You have your own time apart. I can see my breath. That's pretty cool. Mike, did you vote?
Yeah.
Yeah, who did you vote for? Actually, no, you can't ask. Can't ask that. I voted also, because you have to take a picture and then get that one got 100 likes too. Like, oh wow, he's voting. Like I don't have a job, like I've nothing else to do. So I went and I voted, and the people are like, "Who did you vote for, Ernie?" And I'm like, I can't tell you. That's a secret. Holly? So they're like, okay, give us a hint. Give us a hint. Did you vote like us? Did you vote for the guy in the turban? I was like, yes, I did. I voted for Justin Trudeau. So
How many times?
that joke has a shelf life. Until the next election. If he runs again. If they both run again, then I can do that again. So your laughs, you know what I mean? I paid for that joke. Mike, how old are you? Can I ask you that?
I'm going to be 60 this year.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
What's your background?
Born and raised in Scarborough. My mom's English descent and my dad's Ukrainian.
You're just a white dude.
Yeah.
You look good for a white dude.
Yeah.
59?
Yeah.
I like it. That's amazing, man. I'm 39. You know what I mean? I look 12.
Yeah.
Fucked up. I can't grow a beard. It's too much. Do you do drugs?
A little bit.
Yeah. 59. You've probably done acid.
No.
Shrooms?
Yeah.
Shrooms is, yeah. So basically, acid is like shrooms. So because you hallucinate.
Yeah.
So shrooms, you hallucinate for 4 hours. Acid, it's a little longer. You hallucinate for 8 days. So yeah, I did acid. Yeah, I did acid March 12th, 2020. And the next day I woke up and the world shut down, Mike. Yeah. So to this day, I don't know. I don't know if I'm still tripping out on acid. Or we're wearing masks to the washroom. It's fine. It's too much. How long have you done acid before, right? No. I moved to this condo in Etobicoke, so I just moved there like in July, and I did acid on Tuesday. Amazing. You know what I mean? The sky is like moving around. Buddy, acid, it's $10. The best drug, Mike. $10, and you're fucked for a few. You know what I mean? I'm still tripping out. The next day, I was like, "Is this reality?" I had no idea. Look under your chair. I put a tab of acid under each chair. I'm like Oprah. I'm the hallucinating Oprah. Oh man, that's crazy, Holly. Holly, how old are you now?
31.
You're 31?
Yeah.
Get out of here. I thought you were like 22.
That's what everyone says, but I'm 31.
Look
Nice
at-
game night.
You look like a baby. And you have a condo too.
Pardon?
You have a condo too.
In Europe, but here I rent.
Really?
Yeah.
Yo, you should follow her Instagram stories.
Yeah.
Great view. Great view of the CN Tower, right?
It's comparable to the CN Tower.
Yeah, mine, my Etobicoke view. It's of the 427. Not as, you know what I mean? Not as glamorous. Sucks. I used to live here, Queen of Bathurst, nice area, but you're by the A&W.
No, I don't know.
What?
That's the landmark. See, everyone knows. Right? What's your name again?
Brandon.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Right, you know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a landmark. The A&W. That's why I tell people. They're like, "Where do you live?" Like the A&W. Like, I know exactly where you are. I'm on my way.
Going on college?
Queen Bathurst.
Queen of Bathurst.
Oh.
It's a queen and it's like Palmerston.
I-
You know what I'm talking about, Holly?
I'm thinking about the one on college.
Okay. Anyways, I used to live there, but ghetto. Basically, it's like this alley. I lived in the alley, except there's a roof. I swear to God, it was so ghetto. It was so ghetto that because it's an old house and like they've never renovated it. You know, so it was so ghetto that like one time I was eating lunch, and our back door never closed. It couldn't close. Like the door was warped, so it would just be open all winter long. Yeah, so one time I was eating lunch, and I was sitting there, and the squirrel ran in. It ran in. We made eye contact, and our place was so ghetto, the squirrel ran out. And it's like, fuck this. I think I'm more safe outside. I think that's what happened. That's too much, man. Where are you from? Scarborough, right? And Holly, where are you from?
Uh, close to Barry.
Close to Barrie. Okay.
Yeah.
Barrie, Ontario. I'm from Brampton. I know, gross. But you know, I noticed that any city you're from in Ontario sucks when you follow the city's name with Ontario. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, my friend was like, yeah, I'm gonna take my wife this weekend to London. I was like, oh, that's nice. You know, very majestic. You know, you meet the Queen. He's like, no, not that one. The other one. London, Ontario. I was like, ew, gross. Why would you go there? You must hate your wife. What the fuck? We ruined the name of London by adding Ontario to it. Laura's taking pictures, so I got to post it. I bought shoes for this event because he took pictures before, and I was wearing these ugly shoes. I was like, oh, never again. So I bought just for this occasion. I'm gonna return these after. We ruined the name of London by adding Ontario to it. You know? Mike, have you been to Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Coolest place.
Sorry.
Oh, your wife might be watching, that's why. It's okay. Did you go for like a bachelor party?
No.
That's why! You went with your wife.
No, my daughter actually took me there to the rugby sevens.
Oh, okay. Cause yeah, you know what? You're right. How long have you been? Has anyone been? Lars?
Oh yeah.
Vegas, right? Amazing. Bachelor parties?
No, like corporate.
For work? You got paid. You still partied? Okay. You still partied, okay. Because bachelor parties, I went to Vegas 5 times. 5 bachelor parties in a row. You know, Visa loved it.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, keep going. You know, they loved it. And I loved Vegas so much. But then I went a 6th time, no bachelor party. It wasn't the same. You know? I was like, oh, this is just like Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean? Like, what a waste. You know? But coolest place. I love Vegas, you know? But imagine if there was a city in Ontario called Las Vegas. It wouldn't be cool anymore.
No.
You know what I mean? You know, I'd be like, hey, Mike, you want to come to a bachelor party? Pack your bags. We're going to Las Vegas, Ontario. You're like, what the fuck? We are not friends anymore. Come back, Mike. You know? We ruined the name of Las Vegas. You know? Imagine the casinos in Las Vegas, Ontario. You know, they pay out in timbits and respect. You know, the nicest machines. You know, the strip clubs in Las Vegas, Ontario. You know, girls come out in bubble jackets and long johns. You know, they have no idea. It's fucked up weather. You know the saying, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? What happens in Las Vegas, Ontario? No one gives a fuck. Don't tag me in your shit. You know? Yeah. used to watch. I used to have a girlfriend. Thank you. Thank you guys. That's enough. And like, do you guys have like a TV show that you guys watch together? Another? Polly? Huh? Yeah, like that. I guess.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I like Murdoch. I like
I
Murdoch.
love Murdoch.
You watch CB24. What? I guess I'm fucked. Well, my ex girlfriend, we watched Walking Dead.
Ooh.
She loved Walking Dead, and we were together for the first 3 seasons. And I didn't like the show, but I just pretended to like it, you know, you know what I mean, just for her, you know. So I remember I was watching that show, and there was a guy. Do you watch that show? So zombies.
Yeah, Walking on Dead.
Yeah. So there's a guy. His name's Morgan, and okay. Here's the thing, Mike. If there was a zombie apocalypse, right, and you could, you know, you have to kill the zombies, right?
Yeah.
And you could pick any weapon in the world to kill the zombies. Which weapon would you pick?
Shotgun.
Shotgun. Good answer. Good answer. Great answer. Very specific. I would have accepted gun, but shotgun. Okay, very good. But there's a guy Morgan's on the show, and because everyone else, you know, they have a crossbow. You know, one girl has a katana blade, right? Cool ass weapons. But this guy Morgan, you watch it, Lars?
Yeah, I watched the good shot.
What's Morgan's weapon? Stick.
Ah.
It's a stick. You know? I'm like, what the fuck? Of all the weapons, he's like, no, he doesn't want to kill the zombies. I'm like, they're dead. What an idiot, you know? Yeah, gun, knife, anything else. I'm not gonna beat up a zombie with a stick. That's so stupid. There's a guy, Ninja Turtles, Donatello. His weapon is a stick, also, right? Dumb, worst Ninja Turtle ever, you know. And I'm like, you know what? Imagine, Mike. Imagine Donatello beat you up. You know what I mean? He beat you up with his stick. You know, and you went back to your wife. And she was like, Mike, what the fuck happened? And I'm like, man, this giant turtle, he kicked my ass. And you're like, what? What? With what? What did he had a stick. Honey, you're concussed. You mean like a bat, right? No, it's very thin. It's like a pool cue. Oh, you mean like a spear? Like the stick. There's a sharp end to that stick, right? No. It's like a broom. The other end of a broom. Get the fuck out of here, Mike. All right, Mike. What did the Ninja Turtle look like? Yeah, I don't know. He was wearing a purple mask. Couldn't see his eyes. The moral of the story is I haven't been laid since Walking Dead season 3. That's they're on their 40th season, Mike. I don't know if you know this. They're doing a Simpsons run right now. Man, did you have a good lockdown?
Yeah, I'm more fortunate than most.
Yeah, we survived, right? That's good. I had a great lockdown. Like, I lost 40 pounds. I know. But the last 2 months of the lockdown, I stayed at my parents' house. And the Filipino moms, they just feed you, you know? So I gained 20 pounds of it back, you know? And then Rob Ford, that guy, he was like, hey guys, we're opening up early. I'm like, no. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to be seen. You know? So I tried to become. My friend's like, hey, you want to lose weight? Become vegan, Mike. You know, I was like, okay, I'll try it out. You know, but it only lasted a few hours because when I woke up from my nap, my friend was like, "Hey, welcome to my barbecue." I was like, "Yes, of course." You know, you can't be a vegan at a barbecue. That's weird, right, Mike? I mean, like, hey, Mike, how do you want your steak? Like, ew, gross. I eat quinoa. Like, get the fuck out. Again, Mike, we're not friends. Why do we invite you? You know? We think vegans are weird. But if you go back in time, I think the first guy that ate meat, that's the weirdo. Right? You know what I mean? I think the first guy that ate meat was the year 33 AD. It was the Last Supper. Yeah, Jesus was handing out salads to all the disciples. And then one disciple was like, "No, Jesus, I don't want your salads." And then Jesus was like, "What, Judas? How dare you? How dare you deny the salad? This better be the last time you deny me." And then Judas was like, "You're right." Jesus, I don't like salads anymore because last night, me and some of the boys, we went cow tipping, and we tipped a cow over, and one of them fell into a fire pit, and it smelled so good that we all gathered around the cow. And we ate the cow, and Jesus was like, "What? That's so weird. Not supposed to eat animals. They're our friends." And then Judas felt bad, and Jesus was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Jesus. What's my punishment? You know, am I still going? Am I going to? Am I going to hell?" And Jesus said, "No. You're not going to hell. You're going to heaven, Ontario." Church material. I'm Catholic. Any of Catholics? Brandon? No. Mike?
No, my wife.
She's Catholic?
Yeah.
What are you?
Anglican.
Anglican. Where'd you guys get married? Hawaii.
An Anglican church. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She converted.
Well, yeah.
Oh, you don't have to be.
Yeah, we're not really specific with the faith.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good.
More for the parents.
Yeah. You ever been to like a destination wedding?
What's that?
Like where you get married in like Hawaii?
No.
No?
Oh,
You ever been?
no.
I went 5 years ago. Hawaii, you know. Here's the thing. It's so stupid. They make everyone go to Hawaii for this wedding, but you pay for it. They're not, you know what I mean? You get this invite. You're like, "Oh, great," but then So because my friend called me up, 2014. He's like, "Yo, I'm getting married next year in Hawaii. I want you to be there. I want you to be the best man." I was like, "You're my best friend. I'll be there no matter what." But then I Googled the prices for Hawaii. It's fucking expensive. It's like $1,000 for the flight, and another 1,000 just for the hotel because it's not all inclusive. So I had a year to either save up $2,000 or a year to break them up. Those are my options. But they stayed together, because love or something. And I went. Beautiful state, state, city, state. Yeah, state. Beautiful state, right? Beautiful. You know what I mean? You've seen those pictures. Beach, amazing, right? But what they don't show you is what's behind the cameraman. Because when you turn around, it's a bunch of homeless people. There's a lot of poverty in Hawaii. So I think what happened was that people flew there, and because it's so expensive, lost all their money, and they were forced to live in this paradise. That's actually my retirement plan. I'm going to be there. Be one of those guys. A lot of homeless guys there, man. But they're a little stupid, right? Because they're American, right? And one guy, because I was walking with one of my friends, and one guy was asking us for shit that like no one has on them ever. We're walking by, and this guy's like, "Oh, you guys have any Q-tips?" I was like, "What? No, I don't have any. I never have Q-tips on me ever." You know, my friend was like, hey, I'm gonna give this guy some money. Right? I'm like, all right, fine, yeah, go ahead, Mother Teresa. You know. So she took out her purse, gave him $1. You know, change the world. You know, and then as we were walking away, she was like, oh, I hope that money uses that money to buy food and not crack. I was like, he's an idiot. He's gonna buy Q-tips for sure. You know? So we kept walking up more, and then we saw this next homeless guy. But this guy was like 300 pounds, huge dude, just lying on the floor, right? And I was like, babe, let me get this guy. Right? You got the last homeless guy. Where are my manners? You know. So I took out my wallet, gave this guy $1, right? The match, at the price match for donation, right? So I gave him $1, and then as I was walking away, I was like, oh man, I hope that guy doesn't use that money to buy food. Oh. I hope he buys crack. That'll help him lose the weight. Right? We have to get out of here, right? Okay. I'll still do one more dick joke. Then we'll get out of here. Holly, how many beers did you bring? A 6-pack? There's the other 2. There's 2.
They're full.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Yeah. Yes, I like it. Mike, how old were you when you lost your virginity? Do you remember that?
I don't remember.
You remember? I was mine was 1999. 17 years old. 17 years old, Mike. How old are you, Brendan?
Now?
Yeah, how old are you now?
30.
You're 30? Okay, you look like a little kid, you know? You look like you're in high school. So I thought you were like, what's it called when you're in high school? You have to do like, not community service. You're doing co-op.
Oh,
You're
co-op.
co-op. You're learning, you know? You're learning how to do the show. I lost my virginity 17, you know? But back then, you know, 99, I don't think there was internet, you know? We didn't have like Google, you know? So I didn't know any moves. You know, we couldn't Google how to do sex good. You know, I had no idea. You know, I barely watched porn. You know, so I asked my other friends, my other 17-year-old friends, who also never had sex. Right? So one of my friends was like, "Oh, here's what you gotta do. You gotta go down on her. 30 minutes. Yeah, 30 minutes. You gotta warm up the oven." I was like, "All right." I wrote it down. 30 minutes. So I was with my girlfriend at the time, and before I went down, I looked 30 minutes. Let's go about it, right? So got ready, went down, 30 minutes. You know, but like it was so dark, I missed. You know, the first 10, I'm like licking her toes. I'm like, is this good? She's like, where are you? I'm like, I have no idea. I got lost. They should have a class, ours, you know, nice sex ed class. Because in Catholic school we had Fully Alive. They didn't teach us any moves. You know, they should teach us moves. You know, imagine high school they had moves. They're like, all right, guys, today's lesson is cunnilingus. You know, so your homework is everyone take home a Boston cream donut. Bring it back tomorrow, dry as fuck. You know? Then I'd probably fail, you know? Probably bring the donut back with like more cream. You know, like, Ernie, oh, how'd you even fit it? Yeah, I got him. Well, you guys have been fun. Thank you for coming out. Please come back again. I've been Ernie with Sept. Give it up for your host, Lars Classic.
Ernie Vicente, everyone. Thank you, sir. Mike, Holly, we did it. Keep it going. You saw Ernie, you saw Sam Norton, you saw Kyle Lucy, Chris Locke, Luba Magnus, Angelica Scanura, and you saw me. I have a question for both of you. Best night you've ever had in an alley?
Yeah.
Yes. We do it every Friday, Saturday at 9 p.m. Different lineups every week. And be sure to hit us up at Laughing Vikings on Instagram. Our mission, Mike and Holly, is to inspire, uplift, and empower 1 billion people by helping 1,000 actors, comedians share and produce their stories through TV, film, and live alley events. And we did it tonight with you guys. You are too. We've only got 999,900,900. We got a little ways to go, but with your help, we keep doing it. Good night. Thanks for coming. Tell all your friends. We'll see you next time. You have extra beers?
Yeah.
Wow.
Grab it, man.
Wow.